XRP spot ETFs drew inflows. Last week is BTC, ETH, and SOL ETFs. Bled US spot crypto ETFs split last week. XRP funds took in fresh money, while spot Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana products all logged net outflows, according to weekly flow data flagged by Cointelegraph on June 15, 2026. One asset pulling capital while the three largest by market cap give it back is the kind of divergence that usually signals a rotation inside crypto rather than money leaving it. The backdrop was a market grinding higher off a fearful base. As of June 15, 2026, XRP traded around 118, up 3.1% on the day, and the strongest 24-hour performer among the majors. Bitcoin sat near 65,772, plus 2.2%, Ether at 1718, plus 2.4%, Solana at 7117, or 4.2%, and BNB at 6657, plus 1.2%. The CoinMarketCap Fear and Greed Index read 23, still in fear territory, so the inflows arrived while sentiment remained cautious. A rotation, not an exodus. Net outflows from Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana ETFs in the same week XRP funds gained tells you where allocators are leaning, not that they are folding. When the three deepest, most liquid products bleed while a smaller one gains, the cleaner reading is reshuffling, trimming the crowded majors and adding to the asset with a live catalyst. XRP has had several this year, from settlement partnerships to its expanding role on the XRP ledger. That framing matters because weekly ETF flows get overread in both directions. A single red week for spot Bitcoin funds is not a trend, and a single green week for XRP funds is not a regime change. The signal here is the split itself. Capital moved between crypto products rather than out of the asset class, which fits a tape where every major was green on the day. XRP's institutional on-ramp keeps widening. Spot ETF demand is the cleanest gauge of how much regulated institutional money wants exposure to a given token without holding it directly. XRP drawing inflows, while it also builds out real payment plumbing, is the more interesting part. Ripple has been pushing XRP ledger deeper into settlement and tooling, from bringing the MXNB peso stablecoin to the XRP ledger with Bitso to shipping an XRPL AI starter kit for agentic payment apps. For people who actually move money, that combination is the point. An asset with growing ETF demand and growing utility in cross-border settlement is more likely to stay liquid, widely listed, and supported across the crypto card and spending rails that depend on deep order books. Liquidity is not abstract for cardholders. It sets how tight conversion spreads are at the point of sale and how reliably a balance can be turned into spendable fiat. Reading the flows without overreading them, directional flow data has limits worth stating plainly. The weekly readout shows which funds gained or lost net assets, not why each investor acted, and not the dollar magnitude relative to each product's total size. A few hundred million leaving multi-billion-dollar Bitcoin ETFs is a different event from the same figure leaving a far smaller Solana product. Treat the direction as the signal and the size as context that the headline number alone does not give you. The macro picture supports the rotation read. U.S. spot crypto products have seen choppy flows through a stretch of geopolitical noise, including the recent U.S.-Iran developments that moved Bitcoin around the Strait of Hormuz. Against that, a week where XRP funds gain and the larger majors give back modest ground looks like positioning, not capitulation, especially with the broader Bitcoin ETF complex still drawing fresh products into the market.